Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to cover another story for you guys, and this story just happened. The YouTuber known as Jake Paul has been arrested and charged with trespassing and unlawful assembly. And if you're wondering what happened, on May 30th, Jake Paul had actually entered a shopping mall in Scottsdale, Arizona. This shopping mall people were not allowed to enter at the time. It was an unlawful assembly, and the crowds of people were actually breaking into stores. They were breaking into stores, they were smashing windows, and looting various stores. Jake Paul denies the looting accusations, but from the videos you can see he's friendly with the looters and clearly associating with that crowd. And he's even walking with the crowd at one point when one guy says to get him a free cologne as people are breaking into stores. And another point, and I'll show this later in the video, there's actually a looter that broke into a P.F. Chang's restaurant and actually gave Jake Paul a vodka bottle, and he took that. He's denying the looting accusations, but yet when he's given stuff that's been looted, he's taking it. And you begin to ask yourself, why is this moron even here? Why is he there? Why is he filming all of this stuff? And I'll tell you why he's doing it. He's doing it for attention. I don't really like talking about other YouTube channels on my channel, but I just cannot stand the Paul brothers. I have never liked them. They always do stuff for attention. There was a controversy a few years ago in which his brother Logan Paul had filmed something very terrible in a forest in Japan. I don't want to specifically say it. I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about there, but his brother had done something really terrible, and this guy is no shy of controversy as well. And if you're unfamiliar with what's going on in America right now, about a week and a half ago, there was a really tragic story that happened, and this was in Minneapolis, and George Floyd had been arrested by a group of police officers suspected of carrying a counterfeit bill. And one of the police officers had put him on the ground and had kneeled on his neck for 9 minutes. And George Floyd later passed away. I don't want to show the video on here because the video is very disturbing, but it's really horrible on what happened to George Floyd, and my heart goes out to his family. And I believe all the officers should be charged with murder. I believe the officer who kneeled on him should be charged with murder, as well as all the officers that stood by there and did nothing. And people are protesting over this, and they have a right to be angry over this. Unfortunately, though, there are some people who have taken advantage of the George Floyd protests and are using this to riot and loot. There are people who are taking advantage of these protests and just rioting and looting, and a lot of cities have had this happen, and Jake Paul was associating with these rioters, these looters. This guy is an absolute idiot. He is associating with rioters and looters. Why is he associating with people like that? And look, I get that he was posting some video of peaceful protests, and there are plenty of people out there that are peacefully protesting. There's plenty of people, plenty of good people that are protesting, that are not rioting and not looting. And if he wanted to actually do a good message, he should have only stayed with those people and only filmed those people. If he sees one group that starts rioting and looting, he should have left immediately. But he didn't do that. Instead, he saw these guys breaking into the mall. He saw that they were trashing stores. He followed them inside the mall when it was illegal to be in that mall. They broke into that mall, and then later on, he gets a vodka bottle. He gets a vodka bottle from a rioter that broke into P.F. Chang's, you can see right here from the video, and he gives him that vodka bottle. He is directly associating with the rioters, no matter how much he denies it. And what pisses me off the most about this whole thing is that he is arguing that it was for a good cause, for some kind of moral reason. Like I said, you should have only been filming the peaceful protesters. Why are you associating with the rioters? He's claiming that it's for a good cause, but yet he is making the peaceful protesters look bad by giving attention to these people. Even if he isn't directly filming himself, other people noticed he was there. So why is he associating with those people? He is making the peaceful protests look bad. He should only have filmed peaceful protests. Plenty of people are peacefully protesting, but there's unfortunately groups of people out there that are trying to take advantage of the protests and are using it for financial gain. And you can see from all those videos that Jake Paul was in at that riot, at that shopping mall, those people were excited to loot. They had nothing to do with the legitimate protests. They were there to financially benefit themselves. They didn't care about any kind of protest. They just wanted to break into stores, and Jake Paul was associating with those people. He should be absolutely ashamed of himself, trying to use this as some kind of moral high ground. Absolutely ridiculous. He should have just been filming peaceful protests, but instead, he made protesters look bad. What an absolute idiot. So let's read through the article here, and I'll also link this down below. Scottsdale, Arizona. Jake Paul, a celebrity YouTuber, faces charges after he was involved in a protest in a closed mall in Arizona, according to Scottsdale, Arizona police. On May 30th, Paul, who has more than 20 million subscribers, was spotted in the crowd at Scottsdale Fashion Square, TMZ reports. He is a resident of Los Angeles. It is unclear why he was in Scottsdale. Scottsdale police say they confirmed Jake Paul attended and remained in the mall after an unlawful assembly was declared, and has been charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly. He saw them breaking into the mall, and he followed them in. And the Scottsdale PD said this on their Twitter: "We've received hundreds of tips in response to all the events at Scottsdale FS and our continued investigation. It was confirmed that Jake Paul was in attendance and remained inside after an unlawful assembly was declared, has been charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly. Good on the police there." And then Paul said on Twitter, "To be absolutely clear, neither I nor anyone in our group was engaged in any looting or vandalism. For context, we spent the day doing our part to peacefully protest one of the most horrific injustices our country has ever seen, which led us to being tear gassed for filming the events and brutality that were unfolding in Arizona." Nobody is against you filming peaceful protests, Paul, but people are against you associating with rioters. Nothing wrong with going to a peaceful protest, but later in the day, that at the mall, what was happening there, that was not a protest. That was people rioting and looting, and you were associating with that crowd. You were giving the protest a bad message, and you should have left the area immediately. Instead, you just stuck around there. Why were you there in the first place? You were not taking it seriously what these people were doing. You followed them in the mall when you clearly saw them breaking in. This guy should be absolutely ashamed of himself. And what he is doing is damage control. When he's going on Twitter and he's trying to claim some kind of moral high ground that he's doing this for a good cause, no. He's just doing it for attention. Don't listen to this guy. So I hope that he faces the full consequences of the law, but let me know what you guys think of this whole story. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.